and girls, thanks for joining Miss Kelley today. Today we have Tigger and Pooh on the Tail Trail.
Disney's Tigger and Pooh on the Tail Trail. Abracadabra, said Darby. Hooray, cheered Roo. We just love your magic show, Darby. Oh my, said Piglet. However did you do that? Most mystifying, added Tigger. Darby giggled. And now for my next trick, she announced. I will be a ball roll right across the table. Well, that's not so amazing, muttered Eeyore. And I'll make it stop, then roll in a circle, said Darby. Oh my, said Piglet. Watch this, Darby declared. She placed a small ball on the table. She waved her magic wand, and the ball began to roll. Then it stopped. Then it rolled again in a circle. I don't suppose, said Pooh, that a little breeze is making that little ball move a little. Nope, said Darby. Oh my, said Piglet, trembling. Darby smiled at Piglet. I'll show you how I did it, she said. But first I need a volunteer from the audience. Will a Tigger do? Asked Tigger. Tiggerific, said Darby. Here, take this. Got it, said Tigger, and hold it right next to Eeyore's tail. Hey, I didn't volunteer, you know, mumbled Eeyore. Click! Eeyore's tail came right off and stuck. Hoo, said Tigger. Magic! It's not magic, said Darby. It's magnets. The tack in Eeyore's tail came right out and stuck to the magnet. Magnet? Said Roo. Yup, said Darby. A magnet is made of metal that does something amazing. It makes some other metal objects made of iron or tin come right to it. Look, the red ball has iron inside it, just like Eeyore's tail tack. So when I move the magnet under the table, the ball moves with it, cried Piglet. Oh my. Fun, said Tigger. Will you show us some more magic tricks tomorrow, Dar? Please, and please. Sure, said Darby. I'll meet you right here in the morning. But the next morning, as Darby was setting up for her show, super sleuths, the sleuth siren was sounded. Tigger, Pooh, and Darby and Buster gathered in the changing tree. There was a mystery to be solved. Time to slap my cap, said Darby. Let's see what the finder flag shows us. The super sleuths found Eeyore outside the house. You look down in the frumps, Eeyore, said Tigger. But we're here to help, said Pooh. What's the problem? Said Darby. Lost my tail, said Eeyore. Looked in my house, looked outside my house, can't find it. Oh dear, said Pooh. And you're sort of attached to the tail. Not at the moment, said Eeyore glumly. Cheer up, old pal, said Tigger. We super sleuths are good at solvers 10 mysteries. We'll be on the tail trail in a jiffy. The super sleuth searched all around Eeyore's yard, but there was no trace of Eeyore's tail. Okay, team, said Darby. It's time to think. Where else could Eeyore's tail be? I don't know, said Pooh. It always with Eeyore, excepting when it's on the end of a magnet. Hoo-hoo, announced Tigger. No need to bring that up at a time like this, muttered Eeyore. Hey, that's it, cried Darby. Magnet. We could use a magnet to find Eeyore's tail. That's a good idea, said Pooh. But how? The tack is Eeyore's tail. We'll stick to a magnet, explained Darby. We can walk around with the big magnet, and that tack will come right to it. Soon the super sleuths and their friends were on the trail, the tail. Darby's big magnet did find a whistle and a metal button, but no tack and no tail. "Oh, bother," said Pooh. "I'm afraid we'll need more magnets." move aside," called Rabbit. "What kind of thingamajiggy is that?" asked Tigger. "It's my super-duper tack-attractor," announced Rabbit. "Tacky-tractor?" said Tigger. Rabbit glared. "Tack-attractor," he sniffed. "I happen to know that magnets attract that. The right word to use. My invention will attract that tack." Rabbit attached Darby's magnet to the end of his contraption. Then he and the tack-attractor went all over the 100-acre wood with the magnet swinging back and forth. "Still looks kinda tacky to me," whispered Tigger. Rabbit did find one of his lost garden tools. And he did find a tin pail. "My drum," cheered Roo. But no tack and no tail. But then, as Rabbit approached Darby's magic show stage, something moved in the grass. "I've found it," proclaimed Rabbit. "There's Eeyore's tail. It's with some of Darby's magic show props." But as he swung the magnet close to the tail moved away. "Well, no," pondered Rabbit. "Let me try that again." He swung the magnet close again, and the tail moved away. The super sleuths gathered around to watch Eeyore's tail dart away from the big magnet. Said Tigger. "Eeyore, old buddy, it appears that your swisheroo is doing the old scooteroo." "No matter," said Eeyore. Most likely he doesn't want to come back. I will miss it, though." "We can solve this mystery," Eeyore assured Darby. "Tigger, take a closer look at Eeyore's tail. Do you see any clues?" "I see a doozy of clues," said Tigger. "That tail tack is gone and gotten itself stuck to one of your magnets." "That magnet has your tail come alive," said Piglet. "Tss, tss, ahem." Everyone turned and looked at Rabbit. "Magnets," declared Rabbit, "are quite magical. They can attract objects, as I have already told you, but when two magnets get together, they can push each other away, which would explain why the magnet on Eeyore's tack was scooting, as you say, away from the big magnet." "Eeyore, you must have sat down near my props," said Darby, "and your tail came out when it got stuck." "Attracted," Rabbit corrected. "Got attracted to one of my smaller magnets." "Well, thanks, guys," said Eeyore. "Your tacky tractor worked, Rabbit. Didn't accept it to, but I kinda glad it did. It's not much of a tail, but I'm sort of attached to it."